Okay, good evening again. You can see it. Getting ready with your book.
I'm falling asleep. Just
How are you being? How are you? How are you guys? One good? Thumbs up? While you all you see each other. Okay. Oh, you should talk something. Do a lot of things. Good, you guys are very fancy.
Now I can read my text, right?
Ah, you can check that.
Text is different. Yeah. Otherwise, the text would come there.
Oh, okay. Okay, anyway, it's wonderful. We're able to again to practice, study a little bit. I'm sure you guys took a good debate last week. How about you got a debate? Debates never finish. Everyone get different ideas, different thoughts. If you don't get debate, means it's not means you're not enough to study. Debate has always different views, different thoughts, different ideas. It's good. Debate makes for us to more, strong understand, more. Makes more understand. But it's not easy. And when I was more study, when we do more debate, any subjects, still I can remember those things. If we don't much debate, we just go study through that, then I forgot all right now. I have to review again. We will come back. I have read a couple of times. Therefore, debate is very good. In order to debate also, you need to find the text, what the text say. Because we follow we follow one text. If we don't see or we don't find the text, we just thought, oh, I thought that way, I thought that it doesn't work. You have to follow the text, because particularly this time, we follow the text for the combined the Geshe Tenley, who composed all the strategy, study books. Therefore, first we follow that, then you can find some other books to how they debate. You can bring that debate to some defense, or the defense for that. Defense, right? Against.
Yeah.
Yeah. To defend that. Huh? How you say you're against that? If you say that, against.
Against it.
Yeah. Okay. Therefore, in order to need to know what the definitions, each subject, which one you talk about. Therefore, it's very important. Anyway, like that. Then it's also, even we don't, sometimes we don't understand much. We got, stressful, maybe too confused. But even we lessen that, we get a lot of merits. We got to be pacha and the influence for the hearing. Therefore, it's very important for all of us to do that. Therefore, also we rejoice. Through that, we rejoice whatever we had. It's also create the more merit. Therefore, it's wonderful, and everyone has a good motivation to benefit for all mother sentient beings. Therefore, I'm going to study, practice these things. Sometimes we say practice. Usually, tenets have not much to put into practice because we talk about all different views. Because it makes for our view more strong, more standard, more stable. We find the force for the lower class, we can say lower scores, then upper scores too. Especially we say we are the Mahayanist and make more clear and more stable. But it's something it's totally different. Therefore, it's also more confused. Okay? Like that. Now, where are we there now? I think we describe for the person, right? Yeah. Go to.
That's all.
Okay. 난데나 다시 드린가와 이천인도 풍몽할라 때 답이 가슴 가사가 되면 되지 자주 빠진대.
So I think we're in the fifth category, right? Where it's talking about the mode of asserting objects possessor. They assert the mere I imputed independence on the five aggregate as the illustration of the person, and person is pervaded by non-associated compensating factors.
Is it?
Page 22.
Okay, who does have the text? She's at page 22, okay? And the Kandalaya Kandam Godela Tedante chapter, and they tangible the moment of touch. Yeah, we don't have book that. Or book? Remember that one? Tenets? I think here. And the Kandam Godela Tedante chapter, the tangible the moment we should have there.
And then just before that, on the end of the fourth category, where it says this system asserts that true association are pervaded by ultimate truth. The true associations are pervaded by ultimate truth. This is again the uncommon assertion of this system. The person madamika.
강사 써야 돼. 아니 다 엄마 라지바 매시 가시가 이진 없이 강사가 되지도 봐. 가시가 꾸준하지 강사가 되지도 봐. 가시가 부모가 때는 답에 맞은 강사가 되지도 봐. 근데 보면은 뭐 이래. 아니 나도 참아도 매워.
And so, so this is a very different way of asserting the person, right? By different schools. Like some say the mental consciousness is the illustration of person. Some says the mind basis of all is the illustration of person, and so this system says the mere I imputed independence on the aggregate as the illustration of person.
답변 자잖아. 이진 없이 강사 되지도 수인 봐야. 이랍도 줘도.
So who is the system? Which system is the one that asserts the mental consciousness as the illustration of person?
But
There's a couple.
okay, who are that?
The false sectarians of the Chittamatra assert the mental consciousness as the person, and also the Tantrika. And also the Svatantrika and Yamaka.
Yeah, Bob follows him. You don't remember? Okay, who remember? Rika?
Same as Jennifer, but I will also add Yogacara, Svatantrika, adding to Jennifer's list.
Okay. How about you? Mark?
I mean, I think
You
so.
need to look the book.
Yogacara, I think, would be my basic.
They're not you mean the Yogacara, Svatantrika and Yamaka, right, Rika? So we were thinking of the Chitta Mantra.
Okay. 하잖아, 안에 샘좀을 가는다고 그랬잖아. 야, 데브라.
I wouldn't know. I just echo what they were saying.
Yeah, if like that, if we can find this, very good for our mind. Okay. Okay, then
think-
Margaret, what?
Yeah, I think
Mar-
the Savantatrika Majjhimaka also assert that mental consciousness is the illustration of the person. And there's maybe a sub-school in Vaibhashika also thinks that assert that mental consciousness as the illustration of the person on top of what Jennifer has mentioned.
Yes, I mentioned the Svatantrika and Yamaka.
Okay.
Sautantrika, Vaibhashika, Sautantrika, the Savantika Majjhimaka.
And also
And the
the
fourth expectarian of the Chitta Mantra.
and also the Sautantrika following reason.
Yes, Sautantrika, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So almost everybody except the Prasangika Majjhimaka.
그래, 순다 마소.
망보 누구도 사다디 지라마라 가시게 되네 가서 이기 남셔디 강사 등에 열었어. 아니 다 도데발라 두스 가시 도데발라 초치기 다 가서 리베 전당에 도데버기 아니 데켈링 두스 이기 남셔디 강사 켈링 두스 아니 데네 샘자만라 데네 가서 데가 저 남리과 남 좀번이여라 남 좀번디기 데네 데 가서 이기 남셔디 샘 강사 되고도스 안테나제 데네 먼저 나 우마랑 줘봐야 되네 이기 남셔디 강사 되고도스
너디와 간다고 했나?
So what was the Sautantika?
The
What was the
Sautantrika,
illustration of a person in Sautantika?
and it would be the for those following scripture, it would be the continuum of the aggregates, but for those following reason, it would be the mental consciousness.
리베 전당에 도데바디기 데네 가서 이기 남셔디 강사 되고도스 아니 다 롱게 전당에 도데바여라 이게 되네 공복이 윤디 아니 강사 되고도스
Anyway, how about that? How about Bob? You follow that? What Jennifer say?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, and the Shiramawe?
What about the Vaibhashika?
Okay. Yeah,
The
Mark,
Vaibha. Oh.
you remember? Okay, Margaret, yeah.
The Vaibhashika, they have, they say either the five aggregates or the mental consciousness.
그래서
So,
홍봉아 함 이기 남셔디 강사 되고도스
okay, it's true. How about Riga? It's true.
Vaibhashika, most of the
Vaibhashika.
Vaibhashika school, most of them, the mere collection of the mental and physical aggregates, but the 5 schools, including Samitya, they say the 5 all 5 aggregates are a person. And one sub-school says the mind alone is the person. So I think Vaibhasika has some kind of variety.
알고 들었니요?
그래, 나 가시 내가 망부도사. 가시기 풍복이 풍복 나서 잠디. 아니 그래서 강사식도사. 아니 가시기 풍복 나대 강사식도사. 안 되나라 되는 찍디기 되네. 이게 납시대 강사식도사. 내가 나서
That's good. That's good. Right? 두 전에 드네지나도 내리 아래 놓다 와이나. 나 강사세 간에 도군도. 안 덴바시 간에 안에 섬트 팽을 고만다고 하고 그러와.
So yeah, so this way, if you understand according to different school, how they assert each thing like person and like the true truth and so forth, then you will understand. You'll have the basic understanding about the tenets.
Okay.
So you guys have that that note that Jennifer sent, right? She has categorized everything very nicely. That's very good. Yeah, easy to understand.
I didn't have, yeah, I think I had everybody's email and Deborah gave me some that I didn't have.
드네지나 장소 파동원이 로저라 그래. 되게 직 효도로 제대로 루제 korta잖아. 찾았다 먹어지고 너도 쇼치로 샹도 대배하고 있어.
So yeah, that was very good job, Jennifer. And you should all share like that. If you can, get ideas, to make it like that, and then share with each other. That will be easier for everybody to study and understand.
나도 주도 웹사이트 하셨나요? 주마 민모벌 팬 독식으로 와.
Maybe you can even put it on the website, the Kurukulla website, and then later people will understand, will benefit also.
Like Mark, he doesn't want to study all book. He just pick up a little bit. Is it? 어제 다들도 다 제다 다들도 타마파까니 다들도 타마파까니 엄마 다니거든요. 공부할 때는 답이 나든지 가다 되지도 버렸어. 공부 이제 남시여 가다 말해. 아니 공부 가서 좀 가서 말해. 네 가서 세대 파 따sam지 공부 그래. 나를 때는 답이 나든지 마도 내가 너 말해서 봐.
So all this illustration of the person, according to the other schools, are negated by Prasangika Madhyamika. So and then Prasangika Madhyamika posits a person as a mere imputation, independence upon the 5 aggregate as the person. So he's saying that the mind and the mind basis of all is not person. The mental consciousness is not person. The continuum of the aggregate is not person. Any of the aggregate is not person. The mere imputation, independence upon aggregate, independence upon 5 aggregate, is the person. So this is saying that if it's a person, has to be a non-associated composite factor. So we talked about, I think we talked about this, or there was a question about this, right? Non-associated composite factor. So what is non-associated composite factor? It's a functioning thing that is neither consciousness nor matter. So in between that. So a functioning thing that is not matter or consciousness. So that is called the non-associated composite factor. So like the person, is the non-associated composite factor, and like walking, is a thing, right? It's a functioning thing, but it's not. So it's a non-associated composite factor. So so that's such kind of thing, that's neither consciousness nor matter, is called non-associated composite factor.
Okay? 하고서 다들 적인다. 다들 적인다.
Okay? Any?
Okay?
So you okay with that part? So we're going to leave that part now. Okay. Deborah, you
Okay. Okay, Deborah.
So does this mean that it's a concept that we just create in our minds? That it's not, that it just sentient beings create this concept of non-associated compositional factors? If they're not form, if they're not consciousness, do they really exist other than as a concept?
Mara, they on the simjing dagas social revesa.
Mama 소리
simjing social revesa. They thought suga mainge. And the susuna the pembo mainge, then sumagrata, suga pembutinjura, so mange, and a shaba mange, that was the middle cigaras. This is the dagas mazugi, migi tasha social revesa.
들을 말도 말 뻔하. 응보세도 파 응보도 파 차거나 죽세치다 시바 냄지 됐으면 되게 그랬어. 응보세도 파 그거 있는 대체 참아 그거잖아. 죽으나 동이 즉 시바나 동이 지금 되면지나 동이 숨겨서 캐르고로.
No, it's not just projected, by sentient being. It is there, So when you categorize or when you divide the functioning thing, so how many divisions are there in the functioning thing? There are three divisions, and the three divisions are form or matter, and consciousness, and non-associated composite factor. So these three things, and so those three things are not associated with any of them, right? So that which is not associated with either form or consciousness is called the non-associated composite factor.
배나 죽세대 땅안 죽고 배나 미식은 도대야 안에 잡다 버튼 죽 잡고 그랬어. 그래서 참아 죽랬어. 죽은 되게 그랬어.
So the matter, is is synonym, synonym with the with the form. So when you're saying the form, again, the form in general, all the senses are included in the form. The eye and the things that you see with your eye, the sound you hear, they are all called form or matter, in other words. So those two are synonym or mutually inclusive, and so anything that is visible or and that can be heard, that can be smelled, and so forth, is all a form or matter.
다들 다 시바베나 가서 와신가 이식 주요 왔어. 디카 강에바데 시발라 대칸데 제로와.
And so then those are the objects of the five senses, right? So the five sense consciousness, and then on top of that, the mental consciousness. These are all consciousness in the category of consciousness.
다 대니게나 만디 소도 하되 어떤 가시었다.
And so there is a thing which is not included in either of these two. There's something, on the side that is not included in any of these two, matter or form, matter or consciousness, right? And so those things are called the non-associated composite factor.
어디 다 들었더니 제당 가서 강사대 시바 말했어.
And so such as the person is not a consciousness.
가나 시바에나 오다데 시바 말했어. 아니 강사대 뱀보 말했어. 수 말했어.
And a person is not a matter.
나 강사 여러 왔어. 우보래
But
왔어.
person is a thing, right? It is existent.
아니 다 가는다 다 데모지 되나 다 파티 그룹 되나 그래서.
So what is it? What kind of thing it is? It is a non-composite, non-associated composite factor.
오케이. 오다데 다 빼장가도 남주 토대 빼샤잖아. 배나 좋아데 수야 말이 시바 말했어.
And then another example is, like I said, walking. Walking is not a matter and not a consciousness.
Okay. Example, yes.
How about karma? Is that non-associated compositional factor, or is that like a subtle form?
나 레디 가로 세주서바 가로 랭튼이 가로 레사리 시바차로 레디.
So your karma would be a consciousness.
Okay.
It's the mental factor of intention.
Yeah, we will study that, right? 나도 쇠모 자리, 쇠전에 쇠모 자리 좀 더 소설로 치러.
Yeah, of course, there's the different assertion by different tenets, you can say, and we can always debate about it.
다 저런 슈마 그래. 데미지라 갈로나. 무보인 발라 시바마에 배모맹에들 데미지라 그래스.
So anyway, so when you are asked what is non-associated composition factor, then you can just say that which is a thing, but neither form nor consciousness.
오케이. 그래서 다디 슈만도 다 니나 체막 셔도 다 터모 많이 봐 타지 터모 마치네 그래. 터모 코랑로다 이래.
도마에 영어로서.
터모 많이 봐. 단데 타지 춘다고 말. 우리 얼마다.
Okay, so now then there comes in the object possessor. There's a person, and there's consciousness, right? And then there is the 그래 조직이다 말해. 요말하지. 여러 요말.
데모 단데 로라 체마다 데미지 시바니 그랬어. 로라.
And anyway, so there is this mind, right? And so there are two kinds of mind: valid cognizers and non-valid cognizers.
야, 단다 나도 이체라 개워 체마 다스 브로. 다 다트만 도서 리시자메 왔지. 이체에서 돼. 아니 개워 즉 테마그니 장섬때 도서보다 아니 이체에서 봐 이와신 들어와.
And so the object possessor, there are three kinds, right? What are the three kinds of object possessor? The person, the express sound, and the consciousness or mind, right? So now we're talking about the mind.
오케이. 다 로라 테마 해야지다 테마만 로니 그래서.
And the mind, there are two kinds. There's like a valid mind and non-valid mind.
오케이. 다 근데 테마랑 해야 테마다 제대로 볼 테마 니오스로.
And then the valid cognizers are divided into two as valid direct perceivers and valid inferential cognizers.
아니 내 민지바다 대나스 카차로다 대나스 말로 차는 거지.
So the name are same, but the meaning will be different.
오케이. 다 단지에 테마라는 것은 너무 말했어.
And then the uncommon assertion of the consequent school is that they don't assert self-cognizing direct
근데
perceivers.
sem진지 원실은 트지에 작을했어.
The sense consciousness in sentient beings are pervaded. Sentient beings continuum are pervaded by mistaken consciousness.
아니 이지 시바잉이 트시에 그래 마트 시바죠 그래. 난종에서 이 트시에 마트 시바죠 그래.
And then there's the mental consciousness and yogic direct yogic perceivers can be either mistaken or non-mistaken.
뭐야 다 준다. 다야 이제 테마제 그것만이 다 된다 시 얼마다. 다 라르면 돼서 다 라르면 된게 돼 강라야 좀다 소리 소인 봐야.
And so he says the self-cognizing direct perceiver is not asserted by the Prasangika Madhyamika, right? So who are the schools before earlier? Who are the earlier schools who asserts self-cognizing direct perceiver?
안 문동이 되다. 너무 문동이 돼.
Oh, sorry, those who do not assert. Those who do not assert.
오케이, 막.
No idea.
오케이. 오케이. Maybe Bill. Okay. Okay, Margaret.
Okay, I did this question last time. So
Oh, you got
I did, yeah. The one that does not assert self-cognizers are Vaibhashikas. You say does not, right? You want
Yeah,
That's
good.
not- yeah.
Okay, Vaibhashikas, Sautantikas, Savantrika, Majjhimaka, and
Good.
Prasangika. And Prasangika.
Shirama.
Shiramawa, ane Rangjuba, ane Thajupas.
Yeah, that's good. Shiramawa, Dudeshi Omarajeva, Tanjava Ches.
So the Savatandega Madhyamika, right?
Yes, yeah, they don't assert.
You guys follow? Everyone follow same direction that?
Agree.
Agree? Maybe Deborah doesn't agree. Yeah.
Questions for Tantra and Madhyamaka. I thought they asserted self-cognizers.
You cannot bear.
Yeah, do not assert.
They do not, okay.
Yeah. The Sabatantega Sautantega Madamika, Sautantega Sabatantega Madamika do not assert.
Now your best way is to go back to text to find, then they become stay very stable your mind. Okay. Okay, Moni, do you have any answer?
And who are the one who asserts?
Okay. Murray, right? Murray. You just coming, going. You don't listen, maybe.
I know. I can't. It's the bad connection or something that's
Oh,
going
your
on.
connection.
Yeah, keep kicking me out, and then I come back in and out.
I think maybe your connection is not good.
I know maybe something's wrong.
Okay, that's all. Maybe don't.
Thank you.
Okay, Riga. Who believe that?
Opposite of what Margaret said.
This is a very short answer. Okay, it's true, right? Correct. That you need to smart. You can say it like that. Other than the one, then also difficult. Oh, chita running is a magic chita. Simply you want to shake over it, to shake each other.
And it's saying that the sense consciousness in the sentient beings continuum are provided by mistaken consciousness.
What the tangible moment that tangible is Karjan to the same change you want to not the matter of how it chops, the matter of how we learn to shake over it.
So this is the uncommon assertion, of the Prasangika Madhyamaka school. The reason why they're saying that sense consciousness in the sentient beings continuum are provided by mistaken consciousness is because the sense consciousness in the sentient beings continuum, sees the things as existing truly. So whenever they see, whichever consciousness sees the things as truly existing, is a mistaken consciousness.
It is normal. Oji. Ta kanji toni ngeso to lo mai be semji ji shiba na tshim chaps da kanji.
In other words, you can say, if it is the mind of the sentient beings which is not directly realizing emptiness, that is necessarily mistaken consciousness.
제가 되고들 예시에 단나중에 그냥 처마르니다. 예시에는 트제지도 마트베치. 난중에 되는 트제가 마트베치 이유보다 어두신 거래.
And then it says that like mental consciousness and yogic direct perceiver can be either mistaken or non-mistaken. So that's how it comes like that.
어제 딜라야 난중에서라 파진치마 고마르 샘체게라야 마타바 탐몽에서 또 베기 안난중에서 요스 딘디 난중에서든 트제 일라 그래.
And so the yogic direct perceiver, according to this system, doesn't has to be the continuum of the higher beings realizing emptiness directly. So it can be in the ordinary beings who realize the impermanence. So realizing impermanence is also yogic direct perceiver, and that can be mistaken.
Okay. 다 이시잉이게 보나 이시잉이게 만트비시바데 가르쳐준다. 샘천지지 이시잉이게 만트비시바시자다.
So what is the mental consciousness within the continuum of sentient beings that is not mistaken? Can you pause an example of that?
You say the uninterrupted path of the Mahayana path of seeing would be mental direct perceiver that's non-mistaken.
Hello.
발전면함. 그저 탈람 발전면함데. 그저 탈람 발전면함데. 이게 셔바이레스. 아니, 투시 말해.
Yeah, doing to learn to that's good. That's good. Okay. I eating a thing and teaching it culture.
And what about the mental consciousness that is mistaken?
Okay. Deborah, Rika, Margaret, maybe Linda, maybe Bill, you want to try? Maybe Mark, maybe Bob. Who's going to try?
One that does not perceive emptiness.
Give me the example.
If you perceive anything else but emptiness, it's mistaken.
But not just
Like perceiving what? Geshe wants to know perceiving what?
Anything but emptiness.
Like what? What can be anything? Can you just, Geshe doesn't want, to just say anything, but give you an example, a specific example.
Geshe sitting on a throne.
We're talking about a mental direct perceiver, though.
so
이게 무슨 식으로?
eating a thing and teaching it.
Yeah. So it's a mental direct perceiver that is mistaken.
In perceiving anything but emptiness, yes.
Okay.
본인만 더 배웠나? 이게 무슨 식으로?
They shower.
Yeah. So can you give an example of specific thing that you see with the mental consciousness that is mistaken?
When you see emptiness, you don't see anything with the mental consciousness. So anything that you do see is, by definition, mistaken.
Like seeing what?
Anything.
Can you give one example?
And seeing a Buddha sitting on a throne.
Oh, okay. 상계 가서 나 주저가는 슈바. 통화 가서 이게 무슨 통화대? 이게 무슨 그 가서다. 똑바디. 이게 무슨 똑바서 그러더라. 똑바서
사진 또블러는 게 좀 자기지로. 사진 또블러는 거좀 자기지라. 다다다 되지 막 오케이 that's good. 그냥 간주지 이지 시바는 트제로 간주지. 나라주지 시.
I have a question, Geshe. Is a name an example of an imputed phenomenon? A name? You would talk. I forgot what you said before. Is a name an example? Like Geshe. If I call you Geshe, is that a mere imputation upon the five aggregates? The name? Is that an example? You said walking. I say, is a name, is that like Bill is a name?
Yeah, they do.
Is that the same thing as walking?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you.
That's good. Okay. 제가 그냥 간주지 이지 시바테 예시행은 트시행도 자주 그래.
Like the mental, the direct perceiver in the continuum of the sentient beings or ordinary beings, is a mental direct perceiver and is a mistake.
Yes.
You say clairvoyance, knowing another person's mind, would be a mental direct perceiver that's mistaken.
샘치지를 답변하 소소적으로 탐험을 연구해. 제대시 응해셔라.
Yes.
일단 간주 샘치 탐험자죠. 양 파베질에 오 말이야. 파베질에나 나중에 잘 오거든.
Yes, the clairvoyance, knowing another person's mind, and in the continuum of the ordinary being is a mistake.
Okay.
But just a mind remembering yesterday's dinner.
Yeah,
That would be like a mental direct perceiver that's mistaken.
아야도 양에서 예매야 여러분 보여야 돼요. 납치오지래.
Yeah, you can say that, but then again, maybe there may be many issue about being a mental direct perceiver or not.
Okay. 다 나중에 생긴 트시 많이 가서 트시에 된 것도 소소지우지 못 타봤다고 나중에 잘 봐. 트시에 돼.
And so, what is the yogic direct perceiver? That is mistaken.
Non mistaken. 트시에 된 것도 소소지우지 못 타봤다고 나중에 잘 봐.
Okay.
단 트시 많이 돼.
So the mistaken one, right? The mistaken, the yogic direct perceiver that is mistaken. What is that?
The yogic direct perceiver, realizing subtle impermanence.
Impermanence, yes. So that's the mistaken, right? And now what is the non-mistaken?
Okay, Rika.
No mistaken, yogic direct perceivers directly know subtle phenomena. No.
No, okay.
Good try, good try.
No, this is good. This is good. Okay, Margaret, Devra.
Yogic direct perceiver realizing selflessness of
Yeah,
person.
that's good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
So if it's.
Yeah.
It depends, like, right? I mean,
Jennifer is going to deliver you.
because if it's a gross selflessness of a person, then that is a mistaken yogic direct perceiver.
Okay. 나 법에 지난 중들 나 이게 차로 맞죠?
Bobby Jokersa?
난 중들은 맞죠 차로 법에 지난 중들은 맞죠 차거다.
So if you say the yogic direct perceiver within the continuum of the Arya being, that is a non-mistaken.
Then you don't get any debates, okay? Okay. 다 디오들 다 이해다. 다 내세지 참마다 다 대가로 참마에서 제대로 법에 참마니 라는 게서 되고 말이지. 다 내세 참마라 또 쟁에서 참마다 또 명에서 참마니 다 요로서 요는
And now then there's a further division about the direct, valid direct perceivers. And so there are two kinds, the conceptual valid direct perceivers and non-conceptual valid direct perceivers.
아 동부대제 담마다지 제법기지 니바당 원조 옹부 옹지 전에시 홍보 되는 게 명예시다 버스 니변 세전은 준정에서 다 버스로 도명에서 달래라오지.
So the example of the conceptual valid direct perceiver are the second moment of an inferential cognizer realizing sound is impermanent and the remembering consciousness correctly remembering blue that is generated by being induced by a sense direct perceiver apprehending blue. An example of the latter or the non-conceptual valid direct perceiver is a sense direct perceiver apprehending form.
오케이 다 도쟁에서 참마는 가르쳐 버려. 저도 가르치고 온다.
동시
도체 도바의 쟁에서 참마 인지가 된도 아주 베일라 안에 도쟁에서 참마세요. 도명에서 참마세. 도바 이게서 참마랑도 다 저도 되네 거기도 인지가.
So what do you understand when you say conceptual valid direct perceiver? Conceptual. So it's actually direct perceiver, but then it's the conceptual, right? And so the second moment of the inferential cognizer, inferential cognizer realizing sound as impermanent, is a direct valid direct perceiver, and is conceptual.
Okay, what do you mean? Not this is just yeah. Okay.
Would that be a subsequent cognizer?
So
The Geshe Tenley.
제시에는 막까지 제시에면 지도면이지 대체면 나 도제도 도민이가 피바지 열에 똑바도 도민이가 도제 도민 가고 말해.
안에서 도저 도면.
제가 네가 도쟁에서 해야 돼. 똑바 얘기가 내 생이라고 가르라 되나 가르잖아. 도쟁에서 이제 참말에서 가르고 거다. 똑바 얘기 내 생이
똑바다 제발 뭔 셈아.
어디 들리 참말 가르쳐 왔다. 똑바 제나 제외되나 가. 이미 그나 된다 가래.
이미 그저다. 나 나도 된다지. 제발 그스 니버다도.
제가 제복이 받아 똑바야. 내 들어라 그러고.
그래.
제가 다 땡에서 가르쳐 그랬어.
뭐 내가 제바타만 제바타만인데 말해.
다들 콘도 되자고다. 콘도 가르고 온도야.
So
콘도 가르고.
it says it's a little bit kind of looks like it's a little bit contradicting, right? When it's a conceptual and valid, direct perceiver. So the second moment of the inferential cognizer, is a conceptual and is also direct, a valid direct perceiver, right? Is that what it's saying?
Okay. And Nges kani chadu, ta nges kani chadu.
How does that become? How does the second moment of inferential cognizer becomes a valid direct perceiver?
Okay, Mark. Your idea?
No.
No, you just give up. Don't give up, man. Okay, Bob.
So the first moment would be a conceptual, would not be a direct perceiver because it's conceptual, thinking about it. And then the second moment, remembering the first moment. So that's a direct perceiver.
What is it?
Um,
Ambodi?
Keji niba inzang, and then I call the Kasa. Tome my chagores.
Tomila, nges the tomila, nges tomi gomare.
I want to say that the Tome go Maraswarda. So if it is a direct perceiver, doesn't have to be a conceptual. I mean, doesn't have to be non-conceptual.
That's good catch. Okay. Okay, Deborah, Rika, Jennifer, Margaret, Murray, maybe Linda, you have something to say? Maybe Bill. Everyone give short answer, okay?
I will try. The second moment is it's perceiving the realization. So it's in the mind, so it has to be conceptual. So it's the mind perceiving its own realization. That's why it's conceptual.
Also,
Tadi tango the Karsadi Jabasama Kajiniwa digita Mima talks in the Joju Togara. But in similar Joji Shagi Orasa. And this is called Topashagaras.
Toba image, that Tomaga Chari. So what did it? Toba in the Toba Melch, could Jeba the Toba Chari, Jeba Toba Gora. The child of Jonas and yesterday.
So, you know, like we were talking about, you know, that's earlier, Karsa.
Jeba Toba Chaps.
So, Temala said, Temala knew some of the Jabasama knew,
Tamalang gets what you Tang Yethala, Tamalang gets some of the Jetpa Tamani, I cheat. Tang Yethala, and it Tojing at some other Toming at the Mani, rest. Start Tojing at Samagana, Jabaki, but it is.
So the second moment of the the inferential cognizer, you know, is the conceptual, right? It's the conceptual. Then how is it also non-conceptual? How is it also non-conceptual?
No,
I'm not thinking about it anymore. It's like first you're thinking about it, but then once you got it, it's like, oh, got it.
No, but it's not saying that it's non-conceptual. It is saying that it, right?
It's directly
It's
directly
non-conceptual.
perceiving.
Geshe was saying it's non-conceptual because it is a direct perceiver.
No, but according to the definition of a direct perceiver in the Prasangika doesn't require it to be non-conceptual.
타주발라 드네 가서 무슨이나 아니 똑바 가서 도메인 거 말했어.
무슨
도메인 거 말했어.
That's good catch. Yes, in a Tommy Gumar.
무슨이나 도메인 거 말했어. So the second moment of the value, the inferential cognizer is a direct perceiver, right?
Okay, Rika, what do you think?
Yes. What exactly what I think yes to the Damcho's just statement. Yes, second moment of second moment onward of inferences to be direct perceiver, even though they are conceptual. Because of that second moment, it's the appearance, conceptual appearance. It's the second moment is already a conceptual appearance in your mind.
So direct perceiver is mutually inclusive with what?
Oh, well,
Direct-
perceptible, it would be a manifest object, right? Is that, oh, it said here,
무엇이면은
directly perceivable is mutually inclusive with manifest object, but not direct perceiver.
얘를 왜?
일단 응원수에나
Is it
하지만은 무슨 날
apprehension?
때가 지금 던져 잘 말아.
다줄라 응원수도 응원주 되지.
왜?
아, 디고대, 디고대.
어,
이나 단다데 배 도바치 뭐 단다 가래 저밖에 이니 받은 또징에서 또맹에서 배에 요런 자도 배에 챵마들 로쇼아.
도저히 무슨 생각?
아, 잠보다 지키지 받에 또제 가로 또맹에서 참 우리 또제 이 바징에서 참아야 가징에서 참아라도 요런 될라디가.
나한테 룩들라 되는 무슨 생각이나 나 똑바로 이거 그저 도매고 말았어.
야, 대고 말이야.
So this is a confusing part is that if it is a valid, I mean, if it's a direct perceiver, doesn't it has to be non-conceptual? But like you said, maybe according to this school, it doesn't have to be. But then again, still, there's a question: why, how can it be direct perceiver if it's conceptual? Right?
Okay,
How
this is
can
a
it be
whole-
direct perceiver if it's conceptual? So, direct perceiver is mutually inclusive with the manifesting, right? So if it is a direct perceiver, it has to be manifest. The object has to manifest to it. So how can it be conceptual?
There's a paragraph that just says the valid direct perceivers are not pervaded by being directly perceivable. And directly perceivable is mutually inclusive with manifest object.
그래서
무슨 생각인데? 뭔지도 던져 말했어. 무슨 생각은 뭔지인 거 말했어. 뭔지도
먼저 참아. 먼저다 무슨 되지지.
뭔지도
먼저
무슨
참아는-
뜻이지?
오케이, 먼저 참아는 문제가 맞아 샤다.
So what will be the example of a direct perceiver, but not a directly perceivable?
Give me example.
So like a yogic direct perception.
오케이. 다한테 응원 좀 한번 갈래.
Why is it not directly perceivable?
It's not a manifest object.
뭔지 말했어. 그러니까 가서 항상 어디다 지금 무슨 나왔다 되는 배워봐 가서
용톱지. 왜? 용톱
무슨
중에
샬려 말써.
아무도 샤와다 난 줘봐라 샤비샤.
It is manifest because it manifests through the yogic direct perceiver.
But in the division of manifest and hidden, which is mutually exclusive, the object of a yogic direct perceiver is necessarily a hidden object.
그래서
The 나중 모습이 되는 윤리 되는 가서 배봐
공조.
꼭조를 했어. 뭔지 말아 꼭조를 했어.
얘네 나중에서 얘도 고지는 안 해. 나중에서 고지 가르쳐서 그래.
뭐 나중 모습을 모습는 거데 나 지다 꼭조를 했어.
안 할래. 얘도 좋지.
So it is manifest, to the yogic direct perceiver, but actually it's a hidden object. Is that what you're saying, Jennifer?
It doesn't meet the definition of manifest object according to
오케이.
the person.
오케이. 단집을 눌러 고지가 되니까 문제가 되니까.
So in Pasangika Madhyamika, what is the definition of the manifest object and the hidden objects?
내가 전통하는 나 돈이 맞다면 가다한 남지 도마한테부터 달라 땡고 와도 맞대 말라베다.
So
Hidden object. Sorry.
So the definition is the ordinary beings, right? So when the ordinary beings sees it without reasoning, without having to apply reason, that is a manifest. And if they have to apply reason to see it, and then it is a hidden object, right?
Right.
Okay. Now what we talk about?
Can I say on the non-conceptual valid direct perceiver, which is what we were talking about, it says it's a sense direct perceiver apprehending form. So if you see the form, if you touch the form, then is that not a sense direct perceiver? So it would be the first moment of a sense direct perceiver apprehending form, I think is what they mean. No?
나도 도매 걸시 거다. 나 도매 가서 도매 제마라. 도매 거 제마들아. 되네 가서 가서 이게 무슨다? 아니 가서
오청에 좀 도매게 좀 아니지.
도매 무슨 제마들아 가서 내가 가서 네가 도마에 가서
준주봉에서 다.
소제 옹보들아.
그래다 준주봉 다.
소제 옹어디 내가 도매 셔바래서 도매래서.
야, 때도매래. 다
그러면
때도매
또
봐.
뭐야 뭐라.
때도매지. 다 도바 사유도 자모들이 저밖에 이제 방에서 가르쳐 때 때도바들다. 내서 예 또체오 이사지고.
Yes, that's true, Bill, what you said, but that's not the question. That's not the doubt we have about. So we have the doubt that we have here is how come the second moment of the inferential cognizer of a direct perceiver. Yes, it is in a conceptual that I can accept, but how is it that it's the second moment, right? It's the second moment, and so second moment of the inferential cognizer, cognizing sound as impermanent. How can that be a direct perceiver, a valid direct perceiver?
It's a valid direct perceiver of a concept, not the valid direct perceiver of a form, for example. The second moment is the valid, if I see the form, that's the first moment. That's number two, non-conceptual valid direct perceiver. When I remember in the next moment the form, then I am a conceptual valid direct perceiver because I'm no longer perceiving the form, I'm perceiving the conception of the form.
Didi tokche shabares, tokche ngos shabares.
준주봉에 또지 맞춘 저지 처음에.
Kejinibadi.
engado 저한테 처음에 저한테 다음부터도 저밖에 바데 내서 가르쳐 그래 라고 저한테 해고.
So that's not Geshe-la's question. Geshe-la say his question is, how does a second moment of an inferential cognizer cognizing or realizing the sound as impermanent become a valid direct perceiver?
예. 제발에 또 말했고. 제발에 또 말해.
So it is inferential cognizer, and if it's inferential cognizer, it's necessary to be conceptual. That he understands. But his question is, how does it become a valid direct perceiver?
Okay.
Because so originally the inferential valid cognizer is dependent on a sign, but then the next moment of it is not dependent on the sign. It's generated.
That's a good try, though. Come on, yeah, continue.
It's cognizer, and no, that doesn't work, huh?
Okay, this is homework. Bob, you have something to say?
Keji님ol라, 나 계제 당고들라 나고 똑바레스. 계지님ol라 또 배차를 벌써.
내가 잘해. 제발 그 제발 왔는데. 제발이 잘하다.
So second moment is not inferential? It's still inferential, right?
No, because it's not dependent on sign.
The second moment, 니바디 가서 제발 말했어. 그 따라 땡겨만.
이പ്പൊ 일합시다. 제발이 제발하고 말하네. 근데 특허를 납셔야 되네.
So it says that the second moment of the inferential. It doesn't say
okay.
non-inferential. It says this is inferential.
With the other book, okay? Luckily, Yamanandi Chongasa Semic Senate 다 녀고 내서 재미가 재미더라고 다.
So anyway, so maybe we should look for the definition of the valid drug perceiver, right? If the so if that second moment of the inferential cognizer and realizing sound as impermanent can fit to that definition of the a valid drug perceiver or not. So once you find the definition, then you can see whether it fits to that or not, and then you can debate. Oh yes, this is the definition, and it doesn't fit into this part or that part.
Okay, easy.
Because
Save it for
we'll save it for the homework. Yeah.
그래서 okay. 제가 모두 뭐지 뒤탄 좀 후보 때문에 전제다고도 이쪽 가마도 하나 전제다 근데 또 봐야 내 내세라고 또 정했어 말라고
기준이 뭐더라?
전마다 뒤니바든 세니바도 모두 응이지 전에 지금 후보 때한테 전제다고
And then is remembering consciousness, correctly remembering blue that is generated by being induced by a sense direct perceiver apprehending blue. So that's like saying, remembering the blue, right? So you see a blue and then you remember that you saw that blue later. So that, is a conceptual.
남주 전반에 또 많이 거래.
So
Isn't that what Bill was? Isn't that how Bill explained the first one? The first part of that. That accords with his explanation.
That was the conceptual.
But that's what this one's talking about, conceptual.
Yes.
내 대신.
네, 대시대 가지고 똑바른 거라.
아니 또 봐고 그러나 나도 싫어라 메통 토지 나한테라도 안 메통 통해서 또 봤대 내가 주네.
So the remembering consciousness, right? Remembering consciousness is the mind that remembers. Like you went outside and then you saw that blue flower and then you come inside the house and then you think, oh yeah, that was a very nice blue flower. That you remember that. That's a conceptual.
Okay. 다들 이바데 다 내서 좀 들려서 저도 뭔가 다다 저도 반나 그게 좀 통화되면 가끔 미시더라고. 대답되고 좋아. 행해서 또 맞춰요 말.
So the second one, the non-conceptual valid direct perceiver, that's easy, right? Like the eye consciousness, that sees the blue or that sees a form, right? So any kind of form. So that, is a non-conceptual. That's very easy to understand.
Okay, 다 이바데 다 내서 처만 내서 이 맞잡대스 난중에서 내서 많이 그러셔도.
So it says now the following that, right? It says valid direct perceivers are not pervaded by being directly perceivable because yogic direct perception is necessarily not directly perceivable.
안 되는 노래 다른 요가 시험 거지. 다 가르잖아. 내서도 응용이 되지 그래서.
And it says the directly perceivable, is mutually inclusive with the manifest phenomena. Most of the
무슨 문제 되지. 되게 다 주로 가르쳐고도. 난중에서 내서 많이 그래. 가르는 내서 응용이 되지. 되게 대나 갈고도.
나중 없음디?
난중에서 내서 많이 그래서.
말하다. 나중 없음 세마이나?
나중에서 테마였나?
무슨 세마이나?
나중에서 테마였나? 나중에서 테마였나? 응어서 많이 그랬어. 가르쳐내나 응어서도 응어지 되지 그랬어. 되게 갈고도. 야, 좋아지다.
알았어. 나중 없음 그 세마. 무슨 세마로?
나중에서였나? 나중에서 옛날 응어서 많이 그래. 기회셨대.
말다 나중 없음 말다. 가르쳐 듣고는.
얘는 응어서 테마였나? 응어서 많이 잡스.
무슨 세마에는 무슨 많이 잡스.
응어서 테마였나? 응어서 많이 잡스.
무슨 세마 있나? 무슨 많이 잡스.
당근도 테마는 응어서 많이 차와다.
무슨 세마 있나?
응어서 많이 잡대스.
무슨 많이 잡. 그랬습니다.
제도. 아니 이거에서 예배 맞잡대. 예배
맞춰서 많이 잡스가 맞아. 제가 칼로도 되잖아.
이거에서 가로 나주 가로 무엇을 이거에서 테마에 맞잡대.
맞잡 어디다? 많이 잡스는 진짜 사다르네.
야, 제도. 무엇을 이거에서 테마에 맞잡대 빼나 나중에서 등에서 많이 미셔스. 내가 테마 등에서 말해. 어디대?
So the direct value perceiver is not a direct perceiver, right? It's not necessarily direct perceiver. If it is a valid direct perceiver, it is not necessarily direct perceivable. Direct perceiver, because the yogic direct perceiver, is a valid direct perceiver, but it's not a direct perceiver.
하나 다 응어서도 응어지 되지래서 제가 나중 응어서 때 응어서 말해서
And because the direct perceiver, is mutually inclusive with the manifest, phenomena, and the yogic direct perceiver, is not a manifest phenomena.
이 가르쳐 저도 가르쳐
So what do you understand from this?
Anytime that you see something, it is by definition not an emptiness. Therefore, it is not a yogic direct perception.
No, this is no question. The question is not that.
No,
No. 나중에서 나중에서 많이 교육했어. 나중에서 나중에서 많이 그대 응어서 응어지 되지 비슷하다. 된다고 그래도.
So it is saying that the yogic direct perceiver, right? That yogic direct perception, is not directly perceivable, right? What do you understand that?
necessarily not directly perceivable, meaning when you perceive an emptiness, you do not perceive any object.
No. That's not the question.
Well, that's what
나중 무슨 지금 똑똑하네? 돈이 똑똑하네? 아니 돈이 유도가 말했어.
돈이 얼마나 갔다 오래.
So if he doesn't see the emptiness, then what does he see?
돈이 또 나중에도 예때 돈이 들어와.
If it doesn't see the emptiness and it sees anything else, then it is not a yogic direct perceiver. It's an ordinary perceiver.
That's not true.
You mean it doesn't see the object?
The yogic direct perceiver does not see the object, correct?
But it sees the emptiness.
That's right.
Isn't Geshe-la's question, okay? Isn't emptiness an object?
Emptiness is an object that is perceived, but not by any sense perception. So it cannot be, you
So
cannot.
it is object. So it sees the object.
It is an object, but it is an emptiness. It is the final form of every object.
Yeah, but Geshe-la saying, isn't that an object?
It's the result of a meditation practice.
율 말했다 호랑이 곰잡이 가서 준비를 했어.
열 맨날 영어 말해.
So if it's not an object, then it doesn't exist.
열마다 돈이 또 별로도 열이 비슷해.
That it does not exist as it is perceived by this deluded mind. Yes, that's correct. It does not exist as it's perceived by the deluded mind. So when you search,
Okay. 당에 좋아다. Okay. 나 저도 심아. Okay, Rika, what do you understand? 나중에서 많이 교육했대. 내가 되지 않는 가르쳐 오는데.
So when he says the yogic direct perceiver, yogic direct perception is necessarily not directly perceivable. This is because being directly perceivable is mutually inclusive with the manifest phenomena. What do you understand that?
We understand that.
So the object that yogic direct perception is not necessarily be able to perceive by five sense consciousness. It's not directly perceivable with respect to a manifest object, appearing object.
가서 또 유디어라. 유디 되네 응원줄 말했어. 응원줄 말 가능성이다. 옹식이 율 말했어. 옹식이 율 많이 되네 당 응원줄 말했어.
Okay. How about you guys?
I think I got it. The wording is very tricky to me. At first I was thought, I thought at first the second sentence was negating the first, but the second part is saying to be directly perceivable, it has to be a manifest phenomenon. So not all valid direct perceivers are perceiving a manifest phenomena. So there have to be valid direct perceivers that are not directly perceivable, that are not manifest objects.
그래서
나 무슨이나 나 무슨 테마이나 무슨 경우 말했을 거라.
오케이.
나 무슨 나중 무슨 때 되는 무슨 테마랬어.
오케이.
나중 무슨 때 무슨 테마랬어.
야.
나 무슨 말했어.
오케이.
무슨 말에 가서 먼저 말 미쳤어.
어디 멈췄어? Yeah, what do you think?
The object of a yogic,
Bob's answer.
I mean, I think what Bob's saying is true, but it didn't answer the question about why is it that a yogic direct perceiver is necessarily not directly perceivable, because the only objects of a yogic direct perceiver, according to Prasangika, would be subtle impermanence and wisdom realizing emptiness. And so those are hidden phenomena, they're not manifest objects. And so that's why the valid direct perceivers are not pervaded by manifest objects.
나 리가 라이다고 찾았다 뭐. 나 가서는 나 나중 무슨 게 또 이게 유디 아니 되는 무슨 말했어. 가서 그 공교했어. 무슨 말을 공교 가서 공교했어. 아니 이제 다 무슨이나 다 먼저 온 거랬어. 아니 이제 다그또 이게 유디 공교인자 아니 그 무슨 말했어. 무슨 말인자 되네 다 가서 먼저 말했어. 먼저 말도 무슨 말했어. 이나는 배전하는 거라 단다들 라면 뒀어. 단다들 단다 가서 단다스면 이제 안다 거면 뒀어.
야, 대체로 야무도 처럼 빼나. 무엇도 당연히도 지. 뇌에서는 뇌죠 거래. 뇌에서는 옛날 뇌지를 거래스. 애탄 바고지. 뇌에서 당연히 퇴증이 미치는 뇌에서는 뇌지를 거래 왔어.
So like it says, it is mutually inclusive, right? The directly perceivable and manifest, phenomena are mutually inclusive, right? So therefore, anything that is directly perceivable has to be manifest phenomena.
제가 나중에도 코로나 앞에 이따 저도 연락자도 이 코로나자도 연락자고 하면 다 되는 거 라면 이 나중에도 코로나 뭔지 말했어.
So like you guys keep talking about the object of the yogic direct perceiver, right? So it's not talking about the object of the. You don't have to say the object of the yogic direct perceiver. You can just say yogic direct perceiver itself.
제가 나중에도 코로나 공제했어.
So the yogic direct perceiver itself, is a hidden phenomena.
예, 간다 tuntungo 남지 토마토 왜 갑자기 따라다니는 또 그만서 공지 자서 말했어.
And the reason why it is a hidden phenomena, is ordinary beings when they, realize when the yogic direct perceiver, they have to realize it by depending on the science and reasonings.
예, 당연히 저만 이나 뇌에서 많이 있어.
So if it is a valid direct perceiver, it is not necessary to be a direct perceiver.
무슨 말? 뇌에서 맨날研究고 그랬어.
If it's a direct perceiver, it has to be manifest phenomena.
제가 나중에서 돼 뇌에서 처말했던 뇌에서 말해.
And so the yogic direct perceiver is a valid direct perceiver, but it's not a direct perceiver.
뇌에서 말인데 아니 공제인 것이야.
It's not direct perceiver because it is hidden phenomena.
아니 공제인데 tuntungo 남지 tuntungo 돈이마도 가다 그 토마토 왜 가다 따라다니는 또 뇨도 중에도 말했어.
And the reason why it is the hidden phenomena is the ordinary beings, when they first, realize the yogic direct perceiver, they have to realize it by depending on the science and reasonings. They can't, perceive it directly.
Clear? Okay. that we today should also. Yeah, but
I just understood something, I think, in Tsongkhapa's 18 lines, next to the last line says, the oneness of space and awareness is proven by the son of a barren woman. The oneness of space and awareness is proven by the son of a barren woman. So in the same way, if I look for an I, a substantially existent I, and I apply the various methods of analyzing with a mind of shamatha, I apply that. In the end, I will discover that the I that I have postulated ignorantly all this time is a non-existent, like the son of a barren woman. Therefore, that is the relationship. It is the object. The I is a non-existent, like the son of a barren woman.
고소.
다디 나디 나디 다 가서 신에게 나디 제주 제발이나 아니 나디 통 말했어. 나요 나매고 또 그랬어. 나도 나오나신 나디 매고 또 그랬어. 어디 나도 나오는 나디 매바디 아니 모성이 부딪히 버렸어.
애들이
Yes, that's correct.
okay, 다디 홀로서 맞다. 아무도 되지 독소마. Okay, today's homework. What's today's homework? 잠못하도 지키지 니바데 안에 간지 녜서 미치서 기슈다 녜서 참아 비지 녜서 참아.
So the Jama
나 지금 homework인다.
the homework question for next week. The second moment of inferential cognizer realizing sound as impermanent. How is that a direct valid perceiver?
Okay.
Sorry, Karsa. Direct valid. How is that a valid direct perceiver?
Okay, find that tangible
So, like I said, I mentioned earlier, so now you have to look for the definition, of a valid direct perceiver in Prasangika school, and then see if it matches with that or not.
Okay, what's the last week's question? Homework question, remember? Do you have any question for the last week's you guys debate?
Last week we talked about
저도 다 맞춰야 되는 좋아요.
Anything that you didn't come to the conclusion?
Okay.
we did a lot about the definition of conventional and ultimate truth.
바로
Definition of?
The conventional truth and ultimate truth, according to the Prasangika. It related to the homework question about the when it says that, for instance, for a conventional truth and object found by a valid cognizer preceding a conventionality with respect to which the valid cognizer preceding conventionality becomes a valid cognizer preceding
네,
conventionality.
군조 때마다 던져내 진입을 써봤죠.
you guys got it? You guys are finished?
I don't think we were finished when we left. I don't know. I think I thought about it a lot more, but I don't know if anybody else feels differently. I feel like I have thoughts on it.
그나 저타와 또 남치지로 저타와 또 남치. 그나 대다 또 남치지로. 저덤 담바 또 남치. 이거 안에 구조도 또 그래 봤나?
So like the omniscient mind that realizes ultimate truth, right? The omniscient mind that realizes convention, that realizes ultimate truth. Does that realize conventional truth as well?
Yes. Yes, because
So-
both the conventional truth and any other object are ultimately empty of inherent existence. So since you, in realizing emptiness, you realize the total final nature of all phenomena, including conventional truths and ultimate truths, because they have the same ultimate nature, which is emptiness.
제가 대답된 바 또배가 남친데 제다와 또벨로로 봐.
Mhm. So the omniscient mind that realizes ultimate truth, is the mind that realizes things as they are, right?
It realizes
Okay.
what?
The things as they are.
Yes, that's right. As they are.
Okay, that's good. That's good enough. Good enough. No. That's good enough. Yes, good. Okay. 다 군소된 바의 죄제. 대답된 바 임바다.
So is conventional truth and ultimate truth?
Conventional truth is an emptiness.
No. My question is, 군소된 바의 죄제. 군소된 바의 대답된 바 레베스.
The question is conventional truth and ultimate truth?
Yes, no.
No,
Okay. That's good.
there is
Okay,
only
that's good,
one
that's good.
ultimate truth, and that is
That's good enough. Okay. 마이나 임바다 다투시 때문에 얘도 임베셔.
but the conventional truth is like the ultimate truth, like water, pouring water into water.
I got it. My question is not that, okay? You need to ask, that you are what the different class is only 4 questions, okay? 4 answers. You cannot just say that. The 4 answers. 군소대바 제제 대도대바 임바다 저다와도 남쪽에 녀 말에 저다와도 남쪽에 녀도 임베셔. Let's
So
be
it is,
careful.
the conventional truth is an ultimate truth because it is an object found by a value cognizer distinguishing a final phenomenon, with respect to which value cognizer distinguishes the final phenomenon.
Yes,
제도 대도대바 임바다.
So therefore, is it ultimate truth?
that's correct.
Okay.
From the
That's fair.
from the standpoint of an omniscient mind, yes.
Okay, that's good. Okay, what you guys?
Then you can't say that ultimate truth is only emptiness and then say that conventional truth is an ultimate truth.
Okay, Rika, what you say?
You say the same thing.
Okay, now I go rather than Rika's answer. Okay. 군소 덴바데 제타바트 남쪽 또 그래서 아무 trouble.
So the question is, conventional truth is cognized by omniscient mind that sees the things as they are?
Yes, no, okay. No, Rika,
Can you say it again, Demetrius?
Yeah, is the conventional truth cognized by omniscient mind that sees the things as they are?
No.
Maris.
알에. 근데 제타바트 남쪽 또 말해.
So the mind, the omniscient mind that sees things as they are does not cognize the conventional truth?
No.
근데 남쪽 말해.
So isn't that omniscient mind knowing the things as they are an omniscient?
Yes.
Yes.
남쪽 뭐도 주요 말았어.
So there
Okay,
isn't anything that is not cognized by omniscient mind, right?
Say it again.
Is that so? There isn't anything that is not cognized by omniscient mind that sees the things as they are, right?
That statement is wrong.
남쪽 많이 받아.
So the mind, the omniscient mind that sees things as they are is not an omniscient mind?
Omniscient mind. Omniscient mind. It's yes, it is omniscient mind. Yes.
남체 옛날 취탐지도 맞춰다. 남체 옛날.
If it is the omniscient mind, isn't it necessary to see everything that exists?
Yes.
어, 잘.
No. No.
The omniscient,
Ah, so tricky.
it's not true. The omniscient mind is the only mind that sees simultaneously the conventional truth and the emptiness of the conventional truth simultaneously. All other minds cannot do that. So the Buddha does not, when he sees emptiness, does not all of a sudden not see the disciples. He couldn't teach if the omniscient mind could not see conventional objects. The omniscient Buddha mind is the only mind that sees simultaneously the
Okay, that's good.
ultimate
Okay.
truth and the conventional.
So then what will you say when you are asked if conventional truth is an ultimate truth?
A Buddha sees the conventional truth and
I don't want to
the
explain to
emptiness
you.
and the
I just want to say yes, no, you know,
truth.
there are four different answers, okay? Yes, no, I don't know English. This is tricky. Okay, how about you guys? What do you think, Bob?
I would say it doesn't
This
see-
is tricky question. This is tricky question.
I would say if conventional truth is mistaken, then the omniscient mind doesn't see it.
그래. 그것도 됨바데.
혼자 덴바데다 줌바이나 데네 남게 계시고 말했어.
남 그것도 됨바 줌바로.
So the conventional truth is a false, right?
If it's false, then the omniscient mind
Okay,
sees
well,
it.
right. If that false was.
The false res, the zumba res, 되니까 남게 zumba 통과를 했어.
줌바는 요 말을 했어.
라.
줌바인데 요로 왔어. 요는 줌바인데 요로.
So it is false, but it does exist, right?
얘는 얘는 남지가 또 차로.
Because it is false, therefore it exists, right? And if it exists, then it's necessarily seen by omniscient mind, right?
You can't say they don't. Omniscient, right? Yeah.
Never debate with a Geshe.
대두 저도 가면 저도 군이 더 버려. 가나 대단도 배도 남체데 꾸도데마 또고래다 이나야. 대단도 배도 남체데 남체마다 꾸도데마 또 배차도 자주 말이. 라니라 테마 송화도 텔레 고알린 거다. 라니라 테마 송화도
아니라 제마소와
어디 고알린 거래. 대단데마 또 배 남체데 테마 송화데 꾸도데마 또 배차도 자 말이. 대단도 배추고 대단데마 또 배차도 자주로 봐.
So yeah, the mind on, the omniscient mind that cognizes or that realizes ultimate truth does realize the conventional truth also, but like it says, so that but that omniscient mind, is not, omniscient mind does not become the omniscient mind because it realizes the conventional truth. See?
You
So
guys
the
like
way it says the becoming, the way it says becomes value cognizer, distinguishing a final phenomena like that. So that's the part you have to understand. So that this mind, it becomes that because of realizing that object. And so when the omniscient mind realizes the conventional truth, and ultimate truth at the same time, it doesn't mean that the omniscient mind becomes the omniscient mind because of realizing the conventional truth.
Okay, this look tricky. Okay, okay. Now it's time not to confuse. Yeah, yes.
So
Geshe-la,
that it's
before-
distinguished. Oh, go ahead, Deborah. I'm
I
sorry.
to say, next Wednesday is Guru Puja Day, so do we want to have delayed class for the fall till the next following week?
Now we can skip.
Okay. So we have
Skip
2
next
weeks to do
week.
homework.
Nah,
그래, 딱 homework 다 제말했어. Yeah, the homework will be following weekend. Yeah, when we have the class. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So I just want to be clear though, and with respect to that definition, and then what we're saying is that the Buddha's omniscient mind realizing the ultimate and the conventional, those are distinguished only from the object. That's how it's distinguished, not from yeah, they're distinguished from the object in that case, not from the Buddhist mind, because obviously the Buddhist mind. I guess we
다들
just want to know,
송화세 줘라다.
written that way becomes a.
다들 샤야 되어라. 다들 전업 조직에 가서 받아다. 생일이.
다둑치에 처음에 니들 거지 다주치 정말 아니라 다둑치에 정말 송화세.
저 송화세 되라 다들. 다들 송화세 되게 다 가서 되게 다 가서 다 코라 남편들 던던데 바데 가서 던던데 또 남편 되게 그거는 또 가서 또 남편들 책임 말서라.
저거 말이야. 가지 마찬가지나 대단 그 옛도바데 그도 되면 또 못하는 장 말아. 그 대단 되면 또 못하는 라든 다투치지 남체라도 남체거나 다 남체 말을 맞지. 대단도 되면 남체 가요도.
Yeah, so if you know the way you posit it, how you posit it, like if you say the final phenomena, right? So distinguishing the final phenomena, then cognizer distinguishing final phenomena, then that is referring to that object only. So then even though if it realizes other objects, but it is not distinguished by this other object, it is distinguished by this object that it realizes.
다양 신바지 다양 취재 노지 남체 취재랍잖아. 남체 취재라나. 양한테 좀 가던 거.
So, but when it comes to the omniscient mind, then it can be, very general, right? It can be both.
예. 제가 두고 전에 코 가셔도 그나 코토비 차네 코 안에 돌로 차와다. 코토비 차네 코 테마서 어디 디카가 온 거다.
So by cognizing what, it becomes the valid mind, or by cognizing what, it becomes the mind that cognizes the object.
제가 전에 루카던데 내 저와도 이와 남체에다 똑스에나 코 대토비 차네 코 테마샤고 말했어. 또는 똑스 잡아 맞았어.
So like Rika, when we talked about, the omniscient mind cognizing the conventional truth, yes, it does cognize the conventional truth, you said. But the omniscient mind is not distinguished as the omniscient mind by cognizing the conventional truth only.
Okay, you got it? Okay, good. Now we stop. You guys like very fancy on the TV. You guys like a movie, how you say? Like, how you say? News people, like, you watch the big TV there. Okay, it's very interesting, study, fix our mind to thinking so all different kind of things. Okay, you can also debate yourself. You can debate also each other. You don't have to went to class. You can, if you have time, you can text message. You guys. Okay, let me stop.
Doing monologuing. Aji Buki Juki Major Namir, Fiji Meeting, Sangi Juki, Wagi Dokanam, Country Nature to be like some temperature name, Sasun Idon, so Gucci, Dam Guru, Namandala Kamia Tayani. As no mountain and circle land source or a benefit and joy, may Lord Tenzigyatso generously remain in life till some sorrows and save the snowland teachings and their migratory beings who extensively clarifies the path unifies empty and compassion. Let us in the hand, Lord Tenzigyatso, I beseech, may all your holy wishes be fulfilled. You who uphold the superior's moral ways, serve as bounded player of all, sustaining, preserving, Lord's doctrine, the master faith, confidence, honors, and prayers, honoring the faithful Savior, myself, and others, your disciples, please live long. Through this virtue, may I swiftly having gained proven for the state, place each and every sentient being without exception in the state. Precious supreme body, mind, may where unborn arise and reborn, never decline, but increase forevermore. They made say way to attention message, you make it, they won't go to and do among the do this, and with that, you get it, so Papa Los and Rapid, that day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Geshe.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Geshe.
much, Dom.
Okay. Have a good night.
Thank you, Dr. Lo.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good
Thank you.
night.
Mark, you didn't answer any questions. You didn't answer any questions. What happened?
I knew the last part.
Huh?
I knew the last part, but
Really? You don't get a chance?
I don't even understand, so you gotta tell me.
kill me.
I think I do.